Welcome back, lazy gamers. Welcome back to ARA History Untold. I hope everyone is having fun with this game, and for me it's been great. I'm enjoying playing ARA very much, and I fully expect things will only get better. A new patch 141 is out now, and we have the larger one to release waiting in the wings. I've been playing with the preview build for 141 the past couple of weeks, and without any patch notes before, it was hard for me to note down distinct observations. Some were easy enough though. We can upgrade units while they are in reserves, and some accelerators had changed for jewelry and other items, but outside the very obvious ones, it was hard to tell what was changed. Now that we have the patch notes, let's cover them here and talk about the effects these changes may have on your games. Units can upgrade in reserves. Huge plus for combat unit management. Definitely cuts down the time to get to a battle-ready contemporary formation as fast as possible, but I think this feature is part of a larger overhaul where I would love to see a better unit management screen or mechanics in-game. I'm hoping that in the future releases we get the ability to form and reform units on the fly. Imagine a tree view of the units where at a glance you can see which formation they belong in. Maybe even allow for swaps where units can be disconnected from their current formation and assigned to another one. Give us the ability to deploy an incomplete formation which we can complete, that is, fill the slot in later. Bottom line, I should not have to reform the formation or the units to actually turn them into a new formation. I mean, since we are dreaming, would love to see the units themselves treated like crafted items, not solely dependent on city production and fixed item costs. Something to think about. Crafting jewelry and metal ingots is easier now. Jewelry more so. I need to try out the effects of jewelry on higher difficulties though. I think the early amenities you still need to be food and growth centric, at least on higher difficulties. In my core cities, jewelry, if the required supplies are available, is more like amenity number 4 or 5, even later. If you have the ability to make jewelry early, I don't know how impactful this is, but I definitely need to test it out. Ingots, however, surely needed a way to make them faster and make more of them. On higher difficulties, war and conflict is simply unavoidable. You need ingots to build units, metal tools, and wonders. Yeah, the Colossus comes to mind. Every once in a while, I have a game where my ingot production is trash, and it kind of stalls any momentum, and on higher difficulties, that's a death knell. The notes say metal ingots can now use coins and trade goods, which themselves are not that easy to produce. So yeah, remains to be seen if this makes gameplay indeed easier. Extra amenity slot for level 10 plus cities. This is a welcome change and will surely help with the quality of life demands, especially on the higher difficulties. But the flip side here, you actually need to have an amenity available to slot in. Every once in a while in my games, I find myself short on amenities and often struggling with my craft queues just to keep up. I think better planning for amenities as early as possible is going to be key. I do try to overproduce and make more than I think I need, but it's not easy to keep up on higher difficulties. Additional army at level 2. Now this may be a buff at lower difficulties, but I certainly see this as a nerf at higher ones. Definitely on Grand Duke difficulty, and likely in the higher ones too. In the first 100 odd turns, the AI always has a slightly larger army, often a better army, and if there is an extra army available early, the AI gets this too, and that makes an early war a very likely possibility. And quite likely, this war is fatal to the human. Yes, the human player can build an army too, but that takes away turns, maybe spent on other stuff, which in the long run are far more impactful to get ahead. Remains to be seen how this practically plays out. Paper crafting has a cost reduction. So for what it's worth, I have not seen games where I struggled for paper. Maybe because I have leaned into timber early, I have not noticed it. The reason I tend to get plenty of lumber mills is for the expert slot. The expert in the lumber mills buffs craft production, but it will be good to see what real game impact this change to paper production brings. Unit balance. Siege units do more damage to cities and cavalry less so. I think this is a good balance change. Let's think of a scenario. On Grand Duke, wedges are your best friend to defend your cities, but you need cavalry to really beat back any invading force. It's just easier with the mounted units. In my games, a swift counterattack by me against the aggressor is often without any siege units and does create a bit of an imbalance if I romp through the AI, which is quite rare actually, but still. If I'm forced to get siegecraft, if I need to capture cities, I think that just feels right overall. The Scenarios DLC has a bunch of fixes. I can't speak for these since I don't have the DLC yet, but I have been meaning to and will likely take a look soon, all in good time. And then there is a list of other stuff, bug fixes, quality of life enhancements, which I don't have an opinion on just yet. There is a tooltip update to show changes in city quality of life and food consumption stats, a bug fix so cities don't skip level 5. Bismarck and Wu's ATN are fixed. I did not even know that they were broken. Auto versus policy supply conflict. Yeah, I didn't notice this either. A bunch of UI UX enhancements, which I will cover in the games when I notice them, and a host of bug fixes and improvements. The only one I came across was the palace bug. I think I came across two distinct bugs. First, I would get the palace goal after I had built it, and the second bug was I would not get the prestige from the goal completion. But I will be testing these out soon enough. The other bugs listed in the patch notes, either I have never noticed them or I have never encountered them. So that's all, folks. Do continue to share your individual experiences. Definitely helps me improve my game, and I hope I help you get better too. Thank you for watching. Good luck and have fun with ARA History Untold.